So welcome back to Friday Faith Stories, this way in which we as a community are bringing to you people that you've seen in church probably, but don't get to see them now because of our social distancing. And it's also a way we're hoping to inspire one another with the ordinary ways people are practicing their faith in these difficult times. So I'm with Jim and Berta and wanting to chat with you a little bit and inviting you to talk about what's keeping you sane in these crazy times? What might be ways that you're staying grounded in this turbulent setting today?
Well, I'll start. So one of the things that we as a couple and trying to get through all of this, when we love to cook and that is very nurturing, and so that's one of the things that we've kind of done together. We try and get out for a walk together a few times a week, just to make it real, right? Keep ourselves grounded. One of the things that I do, my spiritual practice, stems from when I was a Jesuit volunteer many years ago, right out of college, and we learned about the Jesuit Examen, which is a practice that is done at the beginning of the day or at the end of the day. I tend to do it at the end of the day, and it's a way for me in the quiet of the evening when the house is quiet to just kind of calm myself. And the Examen is really kind of 4 steps. One is grounding and bringing yourself into the present. The second is looking over your day and Thanksgiving for another day, for whatever happened during your day. And then the third is, where did you find God in your day? And God is always present, but I know for me, I have to stop and think, where was I aware of God's presence in my day? And then the fourth thing is to pull something from my day, either something that I'm grateful for or something that I would like to pray a little bit more about.
And what about you, Jim?
My practice has been in the morning. It begins by just focusing on gratitude, and then kind of.
That's my shirt, by the way.
Oh.
And then really focuses on kind of living with generosity of spirit, looking in our own circle of who is struggling with their health and well-being, and in our world, and praying for our world. And I would do this in the mornings, and for years now, since I've been working at UC School of Medicine, or School of Nursing rather, I would do it as I was biking across campus to the shuttle stop. And this practice has always been something that just kind of starts my day, grounds my day. Well, when I started working at home in March, I didn't do it. I was out of my routine, so I didn't do it. And a few weeks ago, I retired in June, and had all these plans of how I was going to be involved in things in the community that are just on hold at this point. And I got to a point where I was really feeling pretty squirrely, being here, being inside. I'm a pretty social, extroverted person, missing that. And so I was really trying to figure out ways to be more connected. And I've found some of those things, including using DCC resources. But I realized I hadn't been doing this morning meditation. So, and it was as silly as the fact that I wasn't on my bike.
Mm-hmm. So kind of your trigger. I mean, that was what reminded you to do it. Of course, it's a habit.
So I step out in our backyard in this particular spot where there's a nice vista of our yard and other people's yards. It's not, interrupted with other things. And I have resumed it and altered it for the time that we're in. But there's there's one line at the beginning that's just lasted over time, where I use Abba to refer to God. So it's Abba, resting in your presence. Resolution is unfolding as I cease worrying, but center my life in the palm of your hand. And I'm a worrier. I'm not really anxious a lot, but I stress about things. I worry about things. Getting things done, how things are going to work out, conflict or struggle, and all of those things are incorporated in how I'm trying to ground myself for the day. But that line has lasted me over decades at this point, and in the morning, it's just a way of reminding myself. Doesn't solve my being a worrier. That's not going to go away, I don't think. But it just kind of sets me for the day. So it was nice to rediscover that, resume it, revise it.
And of course, that the use of Abba, which is the way in which Jesus referred to God, is such a tender and intimate term in the Aramaic.
Right, which is why I adopted it a long time ago. Sort of like talking to your dad.
Well, so we've got this morning and this evening practice. Morning gratitude and generosity, evening examine, exploring, giving thanks for, praying about. How beautiful is that? So Jim, in closing, could you just say that simple prayer once again, the words?
Sure. Abba, resting in your presence, resolution is unfolding. As I cease worrying and center my life in the palm of your hand.
Morning and evening, the same kind of prayer could hold us and strengthen us. Thank you both for this witness to your faith journey, what's grounding you. It'll help us all. So thank you so much. And may God be with you, and may God be with all of us as we walk through these difficult times. And may our anxieties and our worries be gathered up in the palm of God's hands. Bye for now.